Have you ever stayed alone in a motel? The silence, the thin walls, the feeling that someone might be watching you through the curtains? Tonight, we're diving into 4 chilling true stories from people who spent a night in motels and lived to tell what happened. So, turn off the lights, lock your doors, and get ready, because these stories may make you think twice before booking your next overnight stay. Story 1. The knock at 3 a.m. A college student named Ryan was driving cross-country when he pulled into a small roadside motel for the night. It was cheap, quiet, and nearly empty. After a long shower, he went to bed around midnight. At 3 a.m., he was awakened by a knock on his door. At first, he thought it was the front desk, but when he checked the peephole, there was no one there. He tried to ignore it, but the knocking came again, this time louder. He finally called the front desk to ask if staff were checking rooms. The manager told him no one had been sent to his room. Just as Ryan hung up the phone, he heard scratching at the door, like fingernails dragging across the wood. Terrified, he stayed awake until morning. When he checked out, the receptionist quietly told him, "You're lucky. The last guest who stayed in that room disappeared after hearing knocks at night." Story 2. The mirror in room 6. A woman named Carla was on a business trip. She checked into a motel late at night and was given room 6. The room seemed fine, except for an old mirror hanging directly across from the bed. As she tried to sleep, she kept feeling like she was being watched. Around 2 a.m., she opened her eyes and swore she saw a shadow moving inside the mirror, even though the room itself was empty. She got up, turned on the lights, and inspected the mirror. When she knocked on it, it sounded hollow, like there was a space behind it. Too tired to argue, she left it alone and slept with the lights on. The next morning, she mentioned it to the motel staff. The receptionist went pale and said, "That mirror has been in room 6 since the 1980s. Police once found a hidden crawl space behind it, used by someone to spy on guests." Carla checked out immediately and never stayed in a roadside motel again. Story 3. The TV that turned on by itself. Jake was a truck driver who spent a lot of nights in motels. One evening, he booked a room in a quiet town off the highway. After dinner, he went straight to bed. Around 1 a.m., the old TV in his room turned on by itself. At first, he thought it was a glitch. But when he tried to turn it off with the remote, the volume only got louder. Static filled the screen, and through the white noise, he heard what sounded like a voice whispering his name. He panicked and unplugged the TV. The room went quiet again, but when he turned back toward the bed, there were fresh, muddy footprints leading from the door to the TV. He had locked the door before sleeping. Jake packed his things and left that motel immediately. Story 4. The room next door. Emily was traveling alone when she checked into a cheap motel in the middle of nowhere. Her room was next to another that seemed occupied because she could hear faint laughter and voices. Around midnight, she was woken up by screams coming from that room. The noise was violent, like someone was being attacked. She picked up the phone to call the front desk, but the line was dead. Terrified, she ran outside to get help. But when she and the night manager returned, the room next door was empty. The bed was neatly made. No luggage, no people, nothing. The manager shook his head and whispered, "That room hasn't been rented in years." Emily checked out at dawn, and to this day, she refuses to stay in motels alone. These stories remind us that not every motel is just a place to sleep. Sometimes they hold secrets, ones that come alive in the dark of night. Would you dare to spend a night alone in a roadside motel after hearing these stories? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed these chilling motel tales, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because more true horror stories are coming your way. Sleep tight if you can.